Hello and welcome in. I am Michelle, founder of J&B Inspired and host of Nervous System Reset for Caregivers. And today is the day. In 3 hours from right now, the Hard Room Word Kit goes live. And before we get there, I just want to come and be here with you for a few minutes because 10 days ago, I went live for the very first time in this series and I had no idea what was going to unfold between then and now. If you were here live, pop something in the comments so I know you found me. And if you're watching on replay and tonight has already happened, the 14-day replay is still available and the link is in the comments. So make sure you click the link, register so that you can still access all of the amazing information even if you can't come live. 10 days ago, I introduced an idea that most people in caregiving world do not have language for yet. Hard rooms. Not blame, not calling professionals bad people, just an honest, trauma-aware name for what it actually feels like to be in a high-stakes space where the power is uneven, the time is limited, and the outcome matters more than most people in that room will ever understand. So across 10 days, this community has showed up. You showed up when I talked about becoming a caregiver without a manual, without a timeline, without anyone telling you what you were walking into or how long it was going to last. You showed up when I shared the brain bleed story, sitting in that emergency department, holding my fear privately so my son would not see it on my face. Because that is what caregivers do. We regulate ourselves so our loved ones do not carry our fear on top of their own. You showed up for the second meeting where everything I had built the case around was contradicted in the first 60 seconds. For the silent judgments and the generalities where specificity needed to be on the table. You showed up for the research. 3 countries, millions of caregivers, bodies absorbing what the system was not designed to hold. For the ECRI finding that in 2025, the number one patient safety concern across healthcare is that caregivers and patients are not being heard. You showed up for the room after the room, the car park, the shower at midnight, the afternoon where every sound was intolerable and there was nothing left in the tank to give. You showed up for the preparation room, the hours of rehearsing, before every appointment, the anticipatory anxiety that builds before you have even walked through the door, the question that costs more than almost anything else a caregiver can carry. Will it make any difference this time? And caregivers reached out across this week with their own stories. One caregiver shared that she was the only person in a room full of medical staff taking responsibility for her daughter's care. That reaching out to the head nursing staff to get the head doctor was the only pathway left when no one wanted to be responsible. That it took 3 weeks of sustained effort to get the doctor on board. And she said, I could have done with a script to help me. 3 weeks, one caregiver fighting alone. That is not an unusual story. That is Tuesday for thousands of caregivers around the world, and it is the whole reason tonight exists. I want to tell you exactly what is happening at 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time tonight, because I want you to know what you were walking into. This is not a lecture. It is not me talking at you for 60 minutes about things you already know. Tonight, we build together. You are going to leave tonight with your own personal hard room words kit, built by you, for specific hard rooms in your own caregiver reality. We are building your anchor phrases, the words that are already in your body before you walk in, so that when your mind goes blank under pressure, you do not have to find them from scratch. We are building your grounding script, a short, private regulation tool you can use in the car park, in the corridor when walking to your next appointment in the hospital, in the 30 seconds before your name is called. Something no one around you will even notice you're using. And we are building your prep note, the thing that holds the critical information outside of your head, so your brain is freed up to actually be present in the room, to listen, to respond, to advocate, without trying to remember everything at the same time. 60 minutes, your own kit, tools that belong to you for tonight forward, from tonight forward. For every hard room you walk into from this day on. It's $49. If you can't make it live, that's so totally okay. I understand as a caregiver that our day does not always go as planned, and that investing in yourself and time is vitally important, but sometimes that needs to shift. So there is a 14-day replay, which means you can build your kit in your own time, at your own pace, whenever you are ready. See, that sounds so much better. The registration link is in the comments. It'll also be in the description of this live video. If you're not registered yet, please go now, right now before you scroll past this. I want to name something that has been sitting with me across the entire 10 days. I am grateful, genuinely, deeply grateful for every caregiver who's shown up to these lives, who has shared a comment, who has sent a message, who has tagged another caregiver because they thought of someone who needed to hear this. And I am honoured to be in this space, to build something that might mean the next caregiver walks into their next hard room with a little more in their hands than I had when I walked into mine. The mission of J&B Inspired has always been this: caregivers thriving, not just surviving, showing up fully for the people they love without self-abandoning in the process, being seen, heard, understood, and included in the care team as the authority they already are in their loved one's 24-hour reality. Because here's the thing. You already have everything the system does not give you credit for. You have the knowledge, you have the lived experience. You have the 24-hour reality that no 10-minute appointment will ever fully see. What the Hard Room Words Kit gives you is the bridge between what you know and what you can say in the moment, under pressure, when your nervous system is doing what nervous systems do in threatening situations and spaces. That bridge is what tonight builds, and I cannot wait to build it with you. I want to be honest with you right now. Tonight's workshop has caregivers registered. And I know there are more of you watching this who need to be in that room tonight, who have watched across 10 days and recognized yourself in the car park story, or the preparation room, or the caregiver who spent 3 weeks fighting alone for her daughter. I'm not saying this to create pressure. I'm saying it because I have shown up here every single day for 10 days, sharing research, sharing stories that are deeply personal, sharing the reality of what caregiving costs a body and a nervous system and a life, because I believe with everything that I have that this work matters. And I want you to be in that room tonight. It's $49. It's at 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time and 6 a.m. CDT US time. It runs for 60 minutes. There is a 14-day replay if you cannot make it live. The link is in the comments. Go and register right now and then come back and drop "I'm in" the comments so I know you're coming. And I want to ask you one more thing. Think of one caregiver in your life right now. One person you know who is navigating a hard room, who is spending hours before appointments, rehearsing what they are going to say, who has been dismissed and is still going back, who is crying in the shower at midnight because the appointment took everything that they had and there was no space to put it down until their house was finally quiet. For those that you know are struggling, that you can see are tired and reaching their breaking point. Tag them in the comments right now, or share this replay directly to them, or copy the registration link and send it in a private message. Because the caregiver who needed a script 3 weeks ago, they are watching someone's live right now, and it might as well be this one. The 14-day replay means they do not have to make it live tonight if tonight doesn't work. They just need to register before the replay closes. The registration link is jmbinspired.com/hero-section. It's in the comments so you don't have to remember how to spell it or how many letters there are. Here is everything you need for tonight. 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, 6 a.m. CDT US time. The Hard Room Words Kit workshop goes live. You need to be registered to receive the link to join. The link is also in the comments. The session runs for 60 minutes. We build it together. You leave with your own kit. If you cannot make it live, the 14-day replay is included with your registration. So register now and watch it in your own time when you are ready. $49 one time. No ongoing commitment, just your kit and the tools to use it in every hard room from tonight forward. 3 hours from now, a group of caregivers is going to sit down together and build something that nobody handed them when they needed it most. I want you to be in that group, not because of a number, because of you, because you have spent 10 days showing up here. And that tells me something about who you are and what you are carrying and how serious you take your role as an advocate for the person you love. You deserve to walk into your next hard room with something solid, something that is yours, something built by a caregiver who has lived every room this series described and so many more, and came out on the other side with tools that actually work in real life, under pressure when everything is on the line. $49 tonight, 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, 6 a.m. CDT US time. The link is in the comments. Go register and I'll see you tonight. And if you are a podcast listener to Nervous System Reset for Caregivers, I want to remind you about the Caregiver Punch Card. It's in the show notes of every episode. If you listen to 10 episodes from Season 3, you will receive 10 stamps. Once your card is complete, email it to support@jmbinspired.com and go into the draw for a caregiver gift, one episode at a time. This process is there to celebrate you, the caregiver, to say thank you and to remind you that you are seen, you are heard, and you are supported. Thank you for being here today, for showing up across 10 days, for every comment, every share, every message that reminded me exactly why this work exists. Tonight we begin. The registration link is in the comments. I will see you at 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time or 6 a.m. CDT US time, and I cannot wait to be in that room with you. I hope you're having a wonderful afternoon, and I look forward to speaking with you again tonight.